Preparing for change. Grandma's porch, a place to relax, a place to enjoy. Come visit Grandma's porch. Weekend wisdom when change takes place. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brianne. Well, we are having a wonderful autumn day out here today, and I am going to go running in a little bit. It's still a little bit wet outside from our big rain yesterday, but it's so nice. And so I'm just kind of waking up here and slowly, and I thought, well, you know what? I think I'm just going to come on here and make a video and say good morning or hello or have a great day, and just give you a few of my thoughts this morning, okay? Well, you know, I woke up this morning and I got to thinking about change. You know, change is a normal part of life. There's changes that we want to see happen, and those are usually the ones that we create ourselves. We have to push forward with those. We have to be creative. And then there are changes that happen around us or to us. And so those changes can be good, or they can be adjustments for us, or they can be things that we really did not want to see happen. There can be predictable changes, and so we can kind of come up with a plan, or we can resist them or whatever. Usually resisting change that's going to happen anyhow doesn't do us a whole lot of good. And then there's change that we have no clue what it's going to be, but we know it's in the air. We know that it's going to happen. So there's all kinds of changes. You know, I like the kind of changes that I create, that I have control over, that I am pushing forward into an area of life that I really want to go in, okay? And I think that's the kind of change most of us like. Often people don't want to initiate that change. They don't want to do that kind of change. So their life usually doesn't change unless an outside event takes place. But successful people are always generating and being creative and creating positive changes in their life. Whereas unsuccessful ones usually wait for change to happen. And the change that happens usually is not the change that they want to see happen. So they end up responding to the change rather than initiating the change. Sometimes we can see change going to happen. For example, if we think that if we think that our job is going to downsize and we're hearing news that it's going to downsize, some people might say, well, I want to deny it. I hope it doesn't happen. So they do nothing. They don't prepare. And other people begin to prepare in the event that their job is going to downsize. I think the smart person prepares. But what about that kind of change that we didn't even see coming? It just happened. It happened around us or to us, and it wasn't one that we wanted. I believe that we always have to be in the state of mind to be prepared for the unexpected. And then we respond with the very best ways that we know how to create the right decisions and right choices over our lives and the lives around us. We want to make right choices, even with things that we didn't see coming. The things that we see coming, I often believe that we can prepare for. And sometimes we can navigate around and avoid it altogether. Other times we can't. And so, some people just don't want to prepare for change, and so they deny change. And recently I got to thinking about our YouTube channels and how the way that we grow our channels has changed. It really has changed. And some people are looking backwards, thinking that things are going to go back to the way they were, and maybe they will, but maybe they won't. And so for me, I'm kind of prepared moving forward in the most positive ways. And sometimes things change. Sometimes life changes around us that we have no control over. Many changes we have control over. We have a control over what career choice we're going to make, whether we have great habits or we don't have great habits, how we deal with our money. Are we frivolous with our money? Do we spend it frivolously, or are we conservative with our money? There's many, many things that we have control over. I think often people who don't want to do the work just say, I have no control over anything. I'll just respond to whatever happens. And usually they're responding to negative events that happen. So I believe that the most important thing that we can do is create positive change for our lives. That takes work, that takes thought, that takes the right information and the right decisions and the right actions, and a lot of work usually. And yet it should be enjoyable because we are building our lives. So we should enjoy that process. And yet even successful people prepare for changes that they have no control over. And then they prepare to the best of their ability for the unexpected changes. And then they also continue to build in positive directions in all areas of their life. They realize that life is full of adaptation, of adjustments, and of change. And so like with our channels, I'm just really thinking, I'm just moving forward. I've kind of changed my whole perspective on how I'm going forward. I'll continue to make my daily videos. I'll continue to post great content. They may not be every day that I make a video, or they may be a couple times a day. I have no idea, but I'm going to do it in a more relaxed manner for me. And with the world at large, I think change is coming. What changes? I have no idea. So I think that it's important to be prepared to the best of our abilities for change to come that we have no control over. Some of it we kind of have an idea, some of it we don't. And yet continue to build our lives in the most positive way by making creative decisions, positive decisions for our lives. My husband and I were talking about the next seasons of our life. We live in a big house. We have a nice sized house because, well, we've had 3 kids, and it, was nice being able to raise 3 children in a bigger house. So we thought about it, and we thought, should we downsize like a lot of people do? Or should we continue to live in the house that we live in? And growing up, people didn't downsize. They just shut off rooms. And that's my way of doing things. Now, my husband, he would probably prefer to downsize. I think we'll probably end up staying here and just working around it. So, in life, changes, aging can happen. We get older, so we have to adjust to that. Hopefully it's going to be good adjustments, and yet we have to adjust. People move away. We have losses in life, and we have blessings in life that we have to adjust to too. A lot of people get older and they begin to become grandparents. That's a good adjustment. That's a good adjustment. So life is full of changes, and we have to prepare for it. We can deny change. We can resist change. We can wait on change, or we can create the changes that we want in our lives. And I think sometimes it's a little bit of everything, but being creative with change is often the best way to go. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye. just to relax.